Oh, okay, it was flashing for some reason. That was weird. Right. Yeah, I think it's... Yeah, you need the red gem to do the death route in this level. I can't remember if we passed it. My mind's gone all skew. Yeah, of the original trilogy, I think this was... Yeah, in terms of actually completing it 100%, this is the one I played the most. Wink. Ah, right. I thought there was going to be a bigger chance than it actually was then. I don't know, I've got like so much flashbacks from playing Crash 4 to about 10 on PS4 that I'm like, oh, whenever I see a very basic chance like that, I'm thinking, oh, what's the crazy catch to this? Right, let's run for our lives. Push! Oh shit! Ah, damn it. I think I was doing one. For some reason, when I was younger, I used to think that this reptile, I can't remember what species of dinosaur this is. I used to think it, for some reason, it was what Knuckles was in Shadow the Sonic the Hedgehog. Yeah. Woof. That was close. We were almost a crash sandwich. There we go. So. Oh, pins and needles. Do the crash shuffle. What's the... Oh, I think the last level is another Coca level. Yeah. Making waves. I think this level's the playable level on the main menu for Spyro 1. Or like a variation of this level. Yeah, on this game, I don't mind these levels, even like I can't remember the name of it, but it's like the really hard variation of it in the hidden bonus room. It isn't too difficult once you get used to it, but oh my god, the insane trilogy version of these levels. Oh boy! Right. Whoop. It's hard to tell where the animation ends on the bombs to know where you're in the safe area. Yeah, even though it's not like summertime, I like to think of Crash 3 as a summertime game because there's a lot of like desert levels and levels set in the Middle East and places like that. So it's overall this game's got a much more summery feel than Crash 2 because Crash 2 had much more winter levels. So I like to think of Crash Bandicoot 2 as more of a winter game. and then Crush 1 somewhere in between. September maybe. Oh, balls. Oh, there we go. I know in the second version of this level, there's a freaking life that's hidden underwater, and you have to hit the water in a certain way to get it. Ooh, yes, jam, let's go! There we go, that's Warp Room 1 complete. Let's rock and roll. So on to the first boss, Mr. Tiny Tiger himself. I got, in terms of iconic boss fights throughout the series, this has to be in like the top 5. Fighting Tiny in the Colosseum. And when I used to play this game when I was younger, I used to absolutely cack myself when it came to fighting the lions.
Crash, Coco, store the pretty crystals. Tiny take them back in Gladiator Arena.
Woo. Let's go all Russel Crowe on his arse. What? Yeah, the first stage of it's pretty easy, you just gotta dodge him and then whack. This is the hard bit. Whoop. Yeah, I think in the Insane Trilogy version of this level, the lions are, like, their animation is a lot more crazy, so it's like trying to time your jumps away from them is pretty challenging. Where this one, it's actually just sort of keep a reasonable distance and time your jumps well, it's pretty straightforward. There we go. And here's our first power-up, which is the Super Slam, that's Supercharged Body Slam. Yeah. It's pretty useful if you need to get rid of a lot of crates really fast. Much better than the first power-up in Ruffy Cortex, which is sneak across a line of nitro crates.
Well done, children. By defeating Tiny, you have unlocked the gate to the next time travel area. Go back to the center of this time twister and save your progress if you wish. From there, you will see that the gate to the second time travel area is now open.
Whoop whoop. Moving on up. We're moving on now to town to break love because of it. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, this is the first game in the series that introduced relics for when you complete a level, you can go back and do these time trial events to beat the level as fast as you can to unlock the relics which have 3 sort of ranks depending on how fast you made it, you know, Sapphire, Gold and Platinum. I usually go for them when I'm doing like 100% playthrough, but I will, once we get the final power-up, which is the sprint power-up, which is just essential for getting the, what's what I was going to say? Oh yeah, to get the Platinum relics. It makes like the tutorials a lot more intense and fun to watch. So once we complete the game, I'll probably show you what the time trials are like. Right on to the second. So this is Dingodil's area, and it's sort of Arabic themed. But here we go. Gee whiz, Rick. Yep.
Why must you continue to be a thorn in our side? What? Where was I? Oh, Tiny was a good fellow. He hated everyone and everything, but a good heart nonetheless. Please be more reasonable with my minions next time.
I'm sorry, Cortex, I'm afraid I can't do that. Yeah, this is the level I was on about, where there's a key difference between, I think, the American and the European versions of the game, and it'll be coming up pretty shortly now. Okay, let's show you the super body slam. Whack. It's pretty satisfying to do, especially when you've got a vibrating controller. Boom. Oh, and this game also introduced these boxes. Like that can be. Oh yeah, this is the thing I was on about. These wizards. And I hit him again. I think in the American version he just disintegrates. There's no second face when he's in his underpants. Just a random little bit of censorship. Yeah, this game also introduced those multiple choice boxes that eventually speed up to the point, and then they freeze, so you have to like reset the level to get them again. I don't mind them in this game because they make a very distinct noise when they're right. They go so you know they're near, so you know to get them quickly. But in Wrath of Codex they make like a very indistinct noise, like a. So sometimes you might miss them, not realising that they're timed boxes and stuff, which can be quite frustrating. Yeah. Now, in the third version of this level, there's an enemy that used to freaking freak me out as a kid, and I can't reach its max recording thing, and so I had to reset it. And what I was saying before it blanked out was the third version of this level. One of the enemies used to really freak me out, and the freaking, in my opinion, the death scene you get if you get killed by them is probably one of the best in the whole series. Which I will demonstrate to you when we get to that level. You shall not indecently expose yourself. There's another one. I still don't know. I've never actually researched, is it possible to get the chicken? Okay, I'll stop being needlessly sadistic. Oops. Got a bit too cocky there. Yeah, I like to think that the Crash world sort of geographically is interconnected, so that this castle is actually Cortex's castle from Crash Team Racing, but I doubt like they planned stuff like that at the time. But yeah. Okay, so you can clearly see from the opening cutscene of the game, and I think the ending cutscene of the 100%. Whoops! I'll have to do that again. Yeah, you can see from the opening cutscene that the game, and it explains in the manual for Crash Bandicoot 1 that Crash lives somewhere off the coast of Australia, which implies that it takes place in the real world. So I don't know where Cortex Castle would be. I'm guessing somewhere in like Deutschland or something like that. Well, I always loved, my favourite sort of course in Crash Team Racing was Polar Pass. So I'd say I loved the Antarctic environment for Polar. It was I always raced as in Crash Team Racing as well. Right, let's try this again. Try not to mess it up this time. There we go. There we go. Yeah, I remember first time playing this level, I remember being amazed that there was a level with over 100 boxes. Well, the games are just coming a long way. I think there was like a level in Crash for It's About Time where there was over like something insane, like 500 boxes. And I was just, when I saw that, I was like... Sometimes they compensate for it by having loads of boxes in one area, but sometimes it is literally just the sheer length of the level. Oof. Oh, this is going to be satisfying. Boom! Oh, this will be satisfying. Yes. Definitely the most satisfying part of any Crash level, other than getting the gem, is destroying all the nitro crits. Whoops, and nearly knocked the camera. So yeah, at this rate we should be able to do the first 2 AWP rooms in the first session. Didn't realize we'd be going this quick. Right, next up, Hang 'em High, which is obviously a play on the Clint Eastwood movie of the same name, which is an absolute banger of a film if you ever get the chance to see it. Right, yeah, this is what I mean about like the music in the game having a lot more variation at this time. Obviously we got sort of Middle Eastern Arabic music for this one, and we had sort of Koto music for the Great Wall of China levels. But my favourite sort of variation of the music in this game has to be the sort of Vangelis sort of music for obviously Blade Runner inspired music for the futuristic levels. That was just some of my favourite music in the original trilogy. Right. Oh, I don't know why I'm going back. Boing. He did. Doing. Doing. Oh yeah, and it's this level where there's the game sort of like trolls you because there's a hidden gem and you can see it on a rooftop in the distance, but there's like no way. Oh, sorry, I lost my train of thought then. There's no way to sort of get it, understand the gameplay through. So like I like the fact the game does that to sort of encourages you to go back through the levels with little clues like that. Another thing about this game, obviously it didn't introduce the monkey bar climbing, but in the second and third game it's very fluid. You know, like Crash is, he's scaling through this pretty quickly. For some reason in Wrath of Cortex they decided to give him this sort of very goofy, slow animation, which made the sections, especially in the later levels, quite monotonous. Yeah, even though I'm dunking on some aspects of Wrath of Cortex in this, that is actually one of my favourite Crash games on the PS2. Which isn't the most popular opinion, but I thought one day I might do a let's play of that to give it its just due. But I've always enjoyed Wrath of Cortex, and I do like their sort of unique take on the music as well. Boing. Go. Boing. Oh yeah, and also this game has one of my favourite secret levels in the series. Because of the sheer bonkersness of it. Oh, we're all the way back here. Hopefully, I don't think you have to do the bonus level again. Oh crap, triggered the multiple choice box. Quick. Whew. Tense. Also, I love the secret warp room in this game because it gives you a sort of like little glimpse into how Cortex's many henchmen are made. Even though like they did that in the first game, but like the idea that he transfers them through time and space in this one's quite funny. Oh yeah, I passed the bonus level, but I don't think we need to do it again. Oh! Ah! Right, this time. Yeah. There's that hidden gem. You can see it so roughly in the background. I was confused for years how to get that. But I found out many years later that it was through doing unlocking the route on one level that transports you to that area of this level. Boom. I think you can get all the boxes the first time around. So I don't think they start introducing. Yeah, so yeah, good. I think later on they start introducing like the alternate areas levels to get just the standard gem. Right, I think this is the first racing level. Yep, Hogwell. You know, these contain my favourite secret level in the game. These are probably my least favourite levels in the game just because of the controls and the physics. Although I love the music and all the little movie references on the billboards. Right. Swing the down. In the first few versions, basically it's pretty self-explanatory. You just have to win the race to get the crystal, and obviously you have to break all the boxes to get the gem. But in the first variation of this level, I think it's easy enough to both win the race and get the crystal and get the gem at the same time. Might be speaking too soon. And also the hit detection in these levels are pretty unforgivable. So you have to be like on your toes. Ow! Like that. And do I at least get the gem? Okay, so I got the gem. So we'll just concentrate on winning the race next time. Do the hustle, even though we didn't get the crystal. Let's do it again. This time I'll just focus on winning. Yeah, if you accelerate just right at the start, you can get a boost right at the start, which is pretty helpful if you're just trying to win the race or the time trial. Whee! Pop a wheelie. On my BMX, well, you take care of the bandits. Or I could just summon up one of angels. Right. Now this level can go from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0 pretty easily. Like, as you can see right now, I'm absolutely flying through the level, but it could only take one slight hit detection to put me in last to completely fuck up the level. Yeah, in later versions of this level, the cars start moving back and forth to add a bit of extra challenge. Or frustration, depending on your point of view. Right, let's win this level. This one's very short, so it's pretty easy to do. There we go. Yeah, I wonder if we'll, yes, no, probably not, but like, yeah, this one of the secret levels in this game is a version of that level where you're constantly running away from space, like not to get abducted by spaceships, and the way you unlock it is to slam into a signpost on the side of the level with an alien sign on it. I forgot to name. Yeah, I am. I'm talking verbal diarrhea today. Yeah. Because I forgot to name my account, so we're just going by Crash B today. Tomb time, or the first of the tomb levels. I'd say the tomb levels is the first variation of the levels that are actually quite difficult.
Good day, mates. Dingo dials the name, and Uka Uka and Cortex gave me orders to bring the crystals to them during the Ice Ages. So give me the goods and shove off, or I'll roast yous.
Damn. Yeah, I remember, I think... my favourite boss fight in the game is probably the final one. I got extremely lucky then. But yeah, Dingo Dell was probably my second favourite boss fight in the game. This is how comical it is. Yeah, so as I was saying, yeah, the tomb levels are probably the first... I wouldn't say they're hard, but they're like intermediate. They get quite hard by the end of the game, especially the final variation where you're in the dark, requiring the bugs to light your way. I think the hardest thing in these levels is the dart traps. Because sometimes you'll be rushing through an area not realising that there's a dart area coming up, because they're only revealed by these like pools of light in the corridor. And sometimes if you're like jumping about like a lunatic, which I tend to do, you tend to forget they're coming up and you get your bum handed to you on a silver platter. Oh crap, forgot about that. Ah, we buggered it up. Toodle pip. Me. Let's do that again. Oh, it's weird. Sometimes, like the borderline between crates is a bit indistinct in this, but that's like literally the minuscule of a complaint. Oops. Oh, phew, did it. Woohoo! Dead on 100. Here we got the freaking charcoal throwing monkey. I think, like Polar, in the warp room, if you jump him enough times, he gives you a whole bunch of lives. Once again, the Crash series promoting animal cruelty. Or I might just be talking out. I